everybody to Geek Boots Military Nerds. Here at Geek Boots, I like to tell you all about the big green weenie and how it likes to continue to fuck us. Like trying to celebrate Veterans Day, and the Marines are still not done hyping up about their birthday.
It is
Or,
their birthday.
or in honor of our very own Cosplay Jenemy, when you go to the VA and they still ask if your male significant other is the veteran, not you.
What?
She experiences this all the time.
That's not cool.
It is the okay. So today, as we record, it is Veterans Day. To that end, this episode airs obviously on the weekend. I just hope everyone had a good, amazing Veterans Day, and that they continue to party on through the weekend itself. So happy Veterans Day to all that serve. Um,
Yes, happy Veterans Day.
yeah, happy Veterans Day, Trevor. It's been a hot minute. It's been a month since
Been
we
a
were
while.
on.
Yeah,
We
you look the same.
yeah, we didn't do Halloween at all. It is what it is. Life happens. We were gonna do a Halloween countdown. That didn't happen. Um, you know, Halloween was a lot like Halloween Kills. For some of us, it was a brain dead movie that shouldn't have existed. Make sure you check us out on all of our major platforms, especially for this podcast. Our Instagram account, run by Hawkeye here, shares anybody who has served in the United States military and is cosplaying. So if you want to be featured, check us out on Instagram. Otherwise, check us out on all of our other social media platforms for updates on this episode or this podcast as a whole. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Podbean. We're on iTunes, your mother's backside. I always got to say that one joke. Eventually, when we get popular enough, that's going to be a trend. It's just going to be, or we'll just make a t-shirt. It'll be one of those t-shirts where the Geek Boots logo or whatever is on the chest piece, and then the back is a back tribal tattoo with Geek Boots Military Nerds all over it.
I'm concerned.
You should be. You should be. This is what happens when the army leads. Crack a joke at myself. Let's start this off. So unfortunately, Mayan Goddess is not with us tonight, but she would have led with something with the Marines, maybe some crayon munching noises for all we know. Yeah,
Probably.
something, a dolphin sound. I don't know. Yeah, but much
I
love
don't-
to Mayan Goddess, obviously.
Yes. She's probably busy eating crayons right now, celebrating.
Probably, yeah. She,
Yeah. She loves the purple ones because she said they taste like grape.
Could you imagine if someone took it the extra mile for the Marines? Because someone did make candy, crayon shaped candy for the Marines, but then take it the extra mile and either fill it with marijuana or alcohol.
Well, that would be very nice.
You eat enough of them and you're having a real party.
Yes, and
Yep.
yes, that would be true.
Terrible. This episode is just dedicated to catching up because we haven't seen each other in a month. And since it is now November, our schedule is going to be super sporadic. We can't promise you that we'll be here every other week because this show's premise is to allow everybody to enjoy the holidays with their families. And sometimes you got to go all over the place. It is what it is. It happens.
That's a true statement.
It is a true statement. Speaking of catching up, I have done nothing but moving. So, Trevor, I'm going to throw it over to you. Catch us up with life, man. Events that you've done. Oh my gosh.
It's been absolutely insanely busy.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most amazing things I got to do was attend the Eternals premiere.
Nice.
Yep. I got to meet Angelina Jolie, Kit Harington. Like it was crazy. So all the stars came through on the red carpet. Mm-hmm. Most of them actually took their time and interacted with us, and got autographs and photos and talked to them. They were actually very, very sweet and kind. And that was absolutely amazing. And then we got to go into the Dolby Theater and actually watch the movie. So um, that was really a great experience, and I was really happy that everyone was so nice. Because I don't know what to expect, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. And then what else? So I had a Halloween party. We did a pirate themed Halloween party, so that was a lot of fun. Had a ton of people here, and we decorated and spent lots of money on decorations, and had a house full of mostly cosplayers. Um, but yeah, it was so the Halloween. What else? What the heck's charity events? Been doing charity events like crazy. Like last night was on the USS Midway in San Diego, and doing it. They had a military appreciation night, and it was absolutely amazing. And I got to be on board there and interact and entertain the crowd and take pictures with people and thank them for their service, of course.
Hmm.
And as a veteran, that it was a really special event for me. So I mean,
Nice.
that's it in a nutshell, man. But yeah, I've been busy, busy,
Yeah.
busy,
I
busy.
mean, you've done more than I have. So
Well,
for
even
sure.
moving,
Um, speaking
moving
of
is a lot of work.
speaking of Eternals, I mean, just to let the fans know, is it worth the hype, or should they get it on Disney Oh, it's not going to be on Disney Plus, is it?
Not anytime soon. I don't know how many months it'll
Damn.
be.
I just real
Yeah,
it just hit me that
yeah.
I don't think they're doing the Disney Plus
Nope,
deal this time with
nope.
Eternals.
They
Wow.
didn't with Shang-Chi either. Shang-Chi will be on Disney Plus tomorrow.
Oh,
So if
okay.
you haven't
Okay.
seen that, make sure you watch it because I love that movie.
That movie was
So
good.
you're asking me my opinion of the Eternals?
Yeah.
Um, it was good.
Hmm.
I'm not sure that it's one I need to really watch again anytime soon.
Hmm.
I didn't consider it to be great. Where Shang-Chi, I loved it. I just
Yeah.
loved it. This one was just okay. Didn't feel like a Marvel movie to me, just in my opinion.
Mm.
But obviously everybody has a different opinion, and I think it's worth watching. But yeah, I wasn't wowed.
Yeah. I feel like every Marvel movie to some extent needs to be watched only because they've done such a careful job at intric making it all connect. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Like there's going to be something in the Eternals movies that's going to be brought up, referenced, or come back later in some other Marvel movie down the road, and you need to know what the heck you're getting into.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so yeah,
Yep.
I'm 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 all yeah. I don't know how I feel about. Maybe it's just because the move is exhausting, but I'm personally not jumping up at the chance to see the Eternals. I know that this is going to expand their universe quite substantially, but I mean, I will see it. I'm just probably not going to see it on opening night, which is kind of sad in and of itself
Well,
because you
it
know.
already opened.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that too. I mean,
Yeah, I think.
this whole
Yeah.
podcast is all about, hey, let's review a movie sometimes, and I'm just over here like, I think
Eh.
I'm reaching my burnout point, and I'm just like, yeah, you guys really should have taken that year off, like you said you were going to. um,
Well, I'm excited for the Hawkeye series.
me too.
That's yeah.
Me
That
too.
that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. And I might have a little, personal interest in it.
A little bit of bias, just a
Just a little
little
bit of
bit.
bias. Just a
Just
little bit,
yeah,
maybe.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, no, I'm excited for Hawkeye too, and I think we've stated this in previous episodes. It's really refreshing forcing ourselves to watch one episode a week. I don't think that they've been a full hour. I think they've been anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes, like a
Yep.
normal show on a special streaming service, like HBO Max or something, True
Hmm.
Blood or Game of Thrones. Um, so it's refreshing to watch television Marvel as opposed to a Marvel movie all the time. So I'm in total agreement. Very excited for Hawkeye, and that MCU budget on a television show, man. I really want to see Hawkeye go and use tons of arrows, tons of explosions, hit people in the face with arrows. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. It looks like it. It just looks like it's so much fun. Absolutely.
Yes. Um, So that's all the Marvel stuff. I've seen the lineup for next year, and there's a part of me where I don't know about you, but it's felt like because of everything that has happened in our society so far between 2020 and 2021, that for me personally, I don't know, maybe you too, 2022 just still feels like it's forever away. But the lineup for 2022 movies, Marvel and DC, looks very promising. Um, and then I realized we're in the month of November, so we
Not
only
that far
have
away.
like 40 some odd days left, and
Yeah.
we're there. You know, what
Yep.
about you? Do you feel that same energy, or do you think, oh God, we're almost there?
No, I feel like we're almost there. It's just time's going so fast. I think it's because I am so busy. Like I've got charity events every single weekend, all the
Hmm.
way through the end of December. So
Nice.
I'm always busy, busy, busy. So time goes fast. Um, the other one we need to talk about that I'm excited about is Spider-Man.
Yes, that comes out the
Yeah,
end of this year too. Yes.
December. Yeah, we're only like a month
Um,
away, a little over a
let's
month away from that one.
here's a good important question to bring up. Then the great thing about this episode is this all these questions are right off the cuff.
Yeah, we're winging it.
So just winging it. But here's something that really I think needs to be discussed in terms of Spider-Man. And if Cosplay Jenemy manages to get on, we should definitely throw it her way too. There is a lot of at least social media hype about the chance that Andrew and Toby will be returning as their respective Spider-Man um, characters. Would you be disappointed if they're not in it, or are you still hyped about the Sinister Six uh, and they're being reprised by their respective actors?
For me, I think it's hilarious that everybody's so excited about that concept.
Hmm.
It would be cool, but for me, it's not going to make or break the movie.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good to know.
like, I mean, how old are those guys now, right? I mean, they're not
Yeah,
the young selves that they were when they made those movies. So it'd be really interesting to see. Are they going to CGI them young? Or are they going to, if they are there,
stunt doubles.
um, yeah, yeah, right,
Yeah.
something. I don't know, but it'd be cool. I don't know. I'm excited about the movie. I enjoy those movies. So and yeah, it'd be cool to
Yeah.
see. But I'm not going to be heartbroken.
I feel like we already asked this question before when the trailer dropped, but just to reiterate, who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Mine,
Yeah.
that's tough. That's tough. I don't know if I have a favorite. I've enjoyed all of them in their time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite. That's not. I don't have a favorite of much of anything. I don't do that because I like too
I'm
many things.
I'm the type of nerd who analyzes it all.
Yeah. Who's your favorite then?
Well, and that's the thing. Like all three of them have something about them that's specific as to the reason why they do an excellent job. So for me personally, I thought that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man um, had really good storylines, especially in one and two, but Tobey Maguire did Spider-Man the way, say, Christopher Reeve did for Superman. The way he was able to say, play as Peter Parker in a way to say, you would never suspect this guy who wears glasses and such a nerd and bumps into stuff to be Spider-Man of all people, flipping around buildings. There's no way in hell it could be him. So I appreciated that out of it. And the suit, oh my God, I'm sorry. I know people love Toby, not Toby, Tom and Andrew, but that suit, you just, me personally, if I was to see a cosplayer in that suit, I can't throw shade or hate if, some people didn't like the Toby movies, because that suit is gorgeous with the 3D webbing that comes onto the suit. It's just that was choice.
That's your favorite
Um
suit.
yeah, Andrew, I like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man because he got a chance to have more quips while he was playing as Spider-Man. Um, and a little more on the personality end, a little more a little younger. Um, but they got right was the webbing. It's gadgets for the webbing as opposed to web fluid that is part of the mutation, which I really appreciated. And then I love Tom because Tom plays a perfect teenager who won't shut up, and
Yep.
really smart. But my biggest gripe about his Spider-Man is, as much as I respect Tom and I respect his Spider-Man is a glorified Iron Man Jr. To me, he's in the shadow of Iron Man too much, and I don't like that, because in the other two, they stand on their own. There are moments in which I say, awesome, Spider-Man's doing a fantastic job, but his Spider-Man movies, it's like there's always some element of Iron Man is just the glooming shadow over the character, and I'm like, what the hell? Especially the whole fact that Iron Man gives him all of his tech so that he could build new suits, and I'm just like, excuse me, Andrew and Toby made their own suits, so don't even get me started. Although, loophole, I find it fascinating that the company that builds Toby's suits doesn't just go, hey, didn't we design that suit? It's on television right now. What's the address? We know who this guy is.
If you had held a gun to my head, I would say Tom is probably my favorite. I think he plays the character very, very well. But
right?
I didn't hate the others, Hey, look who's here.
I was going to say, speaking of Spider-Man, ladies and gentlemen, Cosplay Jenemy has arrived just in time to talk about Spider-Man. I think she's still trying to figure it out, though. So
Connecting
give her
to
a minute,
audio.
ladies and gentlemen.
She's smiling.
You good to go? She's smiling.
Can you hear us now?
She's got an expression that says, boy, do I have something to vent about real fast.
Come on now.
I know, right?
Speak to. What in the hell's the matter with that audio?
Hank Hill has entered the chat.
I sell propane and propane accessories.
Man, when I was in the Guard, I had a guy who could do Hank Hill and both Rick and Morty of Rick and Morty, and
that's good times.
He would just walk around the kitchen doing his thing and just having conversations with himself.
Yeah, with those characters
in these different characters. So it sounded like if you weren't in the room, you'd be like, why is Hank Hill having a conversation with Rick? That doesn't make any sense.
What in the hell is...
Can you hear us? She can't even hear us. That's interesting. Wow.
We can hear each other.
It's not a Geek Boots episode without someone having technical difficulties right in the middle of the show. The torch has been passed on to Cosplay Jenemy from Russ. This is definitely a moment for all of our listeners to check us out on YouTube right now, because she's quite animated, so it's fascinating to watch. Oh, she got her mic thing is going live though.
It must be, because she just popped up on my screen.
Right? Nope.
What in the hell is wrong with that microphone?
Nope. No.
Now.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yes.
It was crazy because you turned it off, and then when you brought it back on, the microphone icon actually came back up. I'm like, oh, that's promising. And then you started talking. I'm like, no, Jen, no, stop. It's not working.
Nope.
So
I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. I had a Teams meeting the other day, and I couldn't get it to work through my computer, and I had to put the headset on to get it to work. And then now with this, I had to take everything, unplug everything to get it to work.
Wow.
So now we're just
here now.
That's a great middle of the show big green weenie, which has never been done before, but I feel like I just gave you this really big awesome Spider-Man intro when you came on to the show, and apparently you didn't hear any of it, so that's great. Nope.
We've been talking about Spider-Man and who our favorite was.
Yeah, and then you popped
And
on,
why.
and we're like, "Oh, speaking of love for Spider-Man, here's Cosplay Jenemy." And then you're all like, "Technical difficulties, can't hear any of us." I'm like, "Oh, all right, yeah, that checks out."
I mean, like a whole Spider-Man group and everything. We do Spidey meetups all the time.
There you go. Shift gears backwards a bit, doing the catch-up thing. Cosplay Jenemy, oh my god, your Instagram feed has been is shining light in my universe, because I saw your Wanda costume, and we gotta throw it your way. Life updates. What has been going on since the last time we were all together?
Oh my god. Well, I've gone to one convention. It was a tiny one down in Pueblo, Colorado.
Pueblo.
Well, fun fact about Pueblo, it has the most Medal of Honor recipients of any town in the US. I was going to say the world, but I don't think they have.
How do you spell Pueblo?
Publo.
Army Weenie can't spell.
Pueblo. Oh, there it is. Did you just make fun of me, good sir?
Nope.
You like sex shit.
P-U-E.
Make sure you look at me. I did not make fun of you.
P-U-E?
P-U-E.
B-L-O.
B-L-O.
There,
Pueblo.
you did it again. Episode title, fun fact about Pueblo. I love it because I love saying Pueblo. It just sounds funny. Anyway,
it's super fun.
Most Medal of Honor recipients. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And so they call it like the military town, or like this. They have a cutesy name for it. I can't think of what it is.
Sorry.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. I saw your Wanda Maximoff, and I fell instantly in love with your new costume, because oh my god,
so funny story with that Wanda costume. So when I first started cosplaying, like for like more of the professional Instagram start cosplaying, not like when I was just doing it before I knew the internet existed.
That's how old all of us are.
Exactly. I was looking at different cosplays that I wanted to do, and so I started like saving some onto my Amazon wish list. That Wanda has been saved on my Amazon wish list for 4 years now. And all of a sudden when the show came out, I went, I feel like it's a sign. Probably should buy that. Yes. And so now I have it.
Yeah,
but
that's awesome. I love that cosplay on you. It looks so good, and you fit it so perfectly.
I was so excited. I got a Halloween bucket to go with it, so I could have like this whole Halloween, like this little pumpkin, and then I dropped it and it fell into a river.
I dropped it, fell into a river. That went from 0 to 60 real fast.
So I was standing on that rock, like the picture of me with when I had the cape out.
Oh, okay,
real big. I had sat it next to me on that rock. Well, it rolled off the rock and then underneath a fence and then down into a river.
What the fuck?
So you were saying it was rock and roll.
So I was like, well, and that was like maybe my third picture I took that day.
Mm-hmm.
Dad jokes.
I laughed and then I moved on.
Yeah. She's like, I've been there.
It rolled into the water.
I know how to roll off this.
I'll have to show you the picture of it. It's like down in the riverbed. It didn't actually get into the water per se, but it was like sitting right next to it. And it looks like this teeny tiny little rock down there because it's so far away.
And the convention was technically like a Halloween themed convention, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because it was on Halloween.
That one wasn't a convention. That was just so every year in Manitou Springs, they do a coffin races. And so everyone dresses up and goes down there. Well, the last 2 years they haven't done it. And it's one of my friend's favorite activities for the year. And so instead of doing that, he got everybody to like come and hang out and dress up and just walk the streets of Manitou Springs.
Nice.
And so he's done that the last 2 years
Oh, okay.
to try to get people to like just be out and doing stuff. But
I'm gonna have to say I have no desire to race to get in a coffin.
no, you race in the coffins.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nope. Hard pass.
Now, thinking with his dad jokes and his sense of humor, I'm like, man, that must be a really slow race. It doesn't matter how steep the hill is. The coffin's just sitting there, and you're shimmying it as much as you can humanly possible.
All my pictures.
Oh man!
All the pictures. Push it faster, Guillermo.
Come back to us in 3 hours after the intermission to see who finally gets across the finish line.
You guys watch What We Do in the Shadows?
Oh, well, not the show, but I've seen the movie.
Oh, you need to watch the series. It's hilarious.
I feel like I do need
let's
to
see.
see the series because
You gotta talk. It'll pop up.
Wow.
I can't see.
You know what's
there.
really funny is I don't see any tires on that coffin, so I'm about to think that our assumptions are right.
I think they're underneath.
Oh, okay, underneath. Yeah, that's better. Which does bring a good aesthetic for the race, though, too. Instead of like a Dragula, it's like this is an actual coffin, and
Not what I wanted.
Little wheels
like a
underneath, and they're just like, you're like, how are they doing this?
Say something while you do that, so it pops up on my screen.
Hey, yeah.
There you go. Oh, now I can see it. Oh wow.
It's a whole
that
thing.
does look like fun. That looks like fun.
It's a whole thing. Like, I mean, people have always dressed up and they do like crazy things.
This is going to be one of
That's
those
funny.
really hilariously awkward moments on for the listeners, where Hawkeye just goes, "Say something," so it pops up on my screen. Oh, hey, there it is.
Hey, there it is.
People are gonna be like, "The fuck?"
What is that?
He doesn't have us in grid form. He's got us in you
Nope.
have to talk.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
know.
right.
All right, let me change it. View gallery. There's the peanut gallery.
Woohoo!
Oh,
gotta
you
see
get a
myself.
song now.
Peanut.
I don't like seeing myself.
And
Oh, that's why you do that.
Mhm.
fair enough. Well, if it helps, you're a handsome man.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
But yeah, anyways. But then
Anyway.
the convention that was down in Pueblo, it was a very small, tiny little thing, but we went with the Spidey group.
Whatever she said.
So
Yeah, that was really cool. I was like, oh man, both Hawkeye and Cosplay Jenemy are doing stuff, and here I am moving.
yeah.
You
I
like
mean,
to
that's
move
fun
it,
too
move it.
in its own
You like to
right.
move it, move it.
Sure. I mean, it was really exciting because, listen, I bought a quote unquote TV stand when I was in Korea. So, 9 years ago.
Were you doing a
And
Squid
I
Game
had-
while you were there?
We put it next to a nightstand, which was roughly the same height, so that we could put our 70-plus-inch TV on top of it. So when we moved, Rubieko goes, you're not bringing that TV stand to the new apartment, are you? And I go, no, we'll get a new one. So we had to put one together. Oh, there's the pumpkin. Poor
Come on,
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
Aw,
She is now currently showing us a photo of what happened to the poor pumpkin.
poor baby.
Again, definitely a visual episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're tuning
I'm
in
so
on
sorry.
YouTube.
I'm so mad. I was just down in Manitou Springs the other day. I should have gone to look to see if my pumpkin was still there.
Everyone's like, what are you doing, Jen? Don't worry about it. And look around, just trying to find my little lost pumpkin. And someone's like,
Gone forever.
I don't understand.
And I was with a bunch of SpiderMan and they just couldn't swing their webs down to it. I was so mad at them.
Bastards.
I
Yeah.
was like, but why? You're Spider-Man. Get my pumpkin back.
Yeah. Thwip it real good.
Flip it. I need it.
You were Scarlet Witch.
I was
Yeah.
You could've
Yeah.
done it
flown down
yourself.
there.
Yeah.
Well, I was Scarlet Witch, not knowing I was Scarlet Witch yet, though.
We're all pausing to try and figure out and understand what it is she just said. There's
I was
nothing.
Scarlet Witch in the moment where Scarlet Witch doesn't know she's Scarlet Witch.
Okay, but I mean, she still knew she had powers.
I mean, but she was trying to pretend like she didn't.
Ah.
Yeah. That's my life. I was pretending.
Meaning she still could have done something about it. And honestly, I mean, knowing that show, she really could have done something because the entire universe that she had created was her. So she could have been like, I didn't like the way that turned out. Reset, pumpkin's back in her hand.
Pumpkin!
That's right,
I needed my pumpkin.
But why is it in black and white?
Yeah, right. Suddenly
Everything's black and white. That would be a really good town, honestly. Manitou Springs to do everything black and white in.
Oh yeah.
A cute little, yeah, it's like one of those little mountain town kind of things. Super cute. All the little shops up and down the main street. And
when you guys were younger and you saw black and white television, did any of you also have the thought process of oh, back in the day everything was black and white and then we got colorized?
No.
I was really young, so don't judge me. But
But you
so I actually owned a black and white TV as a kid.
Oh.
I mean, it had a button that you could change it color, and I just thought it was fun to like watch things in black and white.
Well, you are blessed with an awesome experience. We got Peacock now, so I could do that, but again, it's a 70-inch flat screen TV, so that's
a very big TV. What do you do with the 70-inch TV?
Enjoy movies.
Oh, you.
In my house, if I had a 70-inch TV, it would be like my entire wall, and I would be like sitting like this.
Let me tell you a story real fast, okay? This is where this stems from. This is why I need a big screen. So when I was with my ex-wife, I brought home a 32-inch. We were 15, 20 feet away from it because we had a really big living room on Fort Bragg. And I had asked if we can go to the PX and get a bigger TV. She said that's too expensive and there's no need for a TV that big. Meanwhile, I have to get 5 feet from the TV to watch Marshawn Lynch blow through tackles on football games. So whatever, it is what it is. So we agree on divorce. I didn't have the money, but I did
because of the TV.
We won't get into that. No, but
he's like, there was a step 1, step 12, but we're gonna skip that part.
I decided to make a makeshift setup with a projector screen, and I put it up against the wall. Let me tell you, football was life size in my living room. This woman had the audacity when she came home one day to look at it and go, whoa, that's really cool. Look how big it is. And I just slowly looked over at her like, yeah, could have experienced this when we first got to Fort Bragg, but no, 32 inches just fine. So no, I refuse to have small televisions.
I have a 55-inch TV.
I have two 65 inches TVs.
Well,
and a projector in my room, on my ceiling in my room.
There's now 80-inch TVs, and I kind of want one. So
somebody has a projector. So
I do. I have a projector on my ceiling in my bedroom.
Who needs mirrors?
And just like a normal Geek Boots episode, this episode is completely derailed from its topics.
What? No.
SpiderMan, now we're talking about TVs.
Yeah. You excited?
This is my job.
So actually, let's go to a question that we did not ask in the previous Spider-Man episode for No Way Home. I asked Trevor this, and I'll ask you: will you be disappointed if Andrew and Toby are not in the new Spider-Man movie, as is so hyped on social media?
I wouldn't be disappointed just because I'm still going to enjoy it. I mean, it's Spider-Man, but it would be like, oh, that would have been cool if they did.
See, same answer I gave.
Yeah.
But the movie's not going to be ruined.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, they would have to do a lot to ruin the movie. Let me just say that. I mean, we might have to have emo Spidey again.
Oh God, no. I don't want to go through that.
To ruin the movie.
I don't want to go through that again. Do 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 do.
That's the only time I think I've ever walked out of a theater and was like,
why? Sam Raimi said, let me make sure I never have to do this again.
And I've seen some bad movies, but I don't think I just walked out of a movie with like this perplexity of what just happened in my brain.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
What I love is that just like us, the women who originally found him attractive on the street also had the same expression on their face. Because when they first see him and he's just chilling, doing his thing, they're all like, "Oh, damn, all right, what's up?" And then he comes out of that building, does his dance, and all the women are like, "You're doing too much. What the hell are you doing? This is no longer attractive." And I'm like, "Same, girl, same."
I went with a friend of mine and we walked out of the theater and I don't think we talked for like 20 minutes.
Oh wow, that's how bad it was.
Kind of like when you first got onto the podcast today.
Exactly.
Oh,
But that
man.
wasn't purposefully. I tried.
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Don't
You hear
scare me like that, man. I don't
I
know,
know,
if
right?
you're being real or not. Come on. Shit. Got to redo this whole thing all over again. No, I'm just kidding.
Right after the pandemic started,
Cut.
I was on a work Zoom call, and first really kind of new to Zoom, right? And my boss was talking away, and all of a sudden he just went like this. He is literally just frozen. Like we're all like, "Oh no!" And he's not. I'm just messing with you. It's like, "Oh man."
You know who's really good at doing that? Paul Rudd. They had an interview
Sexiest man
and
alive.
they asked Paul Rudd and this other girl, I don't know, I guess they were asking questions about some future Ant-Man movie, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, they were asking them about No Way Home, if maybe they're in it too, just for kicks and giggles. And him and this other actress, they couldn't answer. So she, bullshitted her way through it. Paul Rudd decided to just sit there and be completely still, and it did. It looked like the screen had fucking frozen. And the only way you knew it wasn't frozen was because he decided to talk while being frozen. So all of a sudden his throat and his lips moved just ever so slightly, and you're like, no, you're not that good. Like, you're not a ventriloquist. Come on.
You're
now.
not a
You heard he's the sexiest man alive, right? People
Because
magazine
he
picked.
is.
That's what somebody thinks.
Like, listen, Ryan Reynolds is our secret fetish all over the male species. However, right now, yes, 100%. Have you not seen the TikTok?
No, I'm just saying secrets.
Right, yeah. For those of you who don't know, I'm referencing a TikTok where this blonde slides into camera view and goes, "All men secretly want is," and then this guy stitches the video and says, "Ryan Reynolds." We don't talk about it a lot, but it's true. And then a whole bunch of people duetted it. He saved the duets and made a giant collage of everybody agreeing, and it was magical. And I'm like, yeah, there's things I won't let women do to me, but I would let Ryan Reynolds do to me for sure.
Awkward.
Speaking of letting men do stuff to each other, happy Veterans Day, Cosplay Jenemy.
Wow. Just wow.
Transition.
Yeah. This episode is completely off the cuff, so I'd like to just swoosh that one of my jokes actually landed.
Did it?
It did, totally did. I got a good kick out of it, even myself. Oh man, did you have a good Veterans Day, Cosplay Jenemy?
I did. I slept most of the day, and then I had to take my friend somewhere. Then I went out to eat. That was it. And I didn't get free food either, so I went to a place that didn't do free food because they were not busy.
I don't even try because usually the wait time is ridiculous in those places.
Well, if you go like at non-dinner hours, it's usually not bad, but I was asleep.
Yeah, you were sleeping.
I had a poor first time experience when I got to Fort Bragg, and I had reached, because there's like a year marker where you classify as a technical veteran even though you're still in. So me and my buddies went and we did, instead of bar hopping, restaurant hopping for Veterans Day, and we were upset with pretty much every restaurant we went to. Like, Blazing Onion, what the fuck, you guys. We were like, cool, we're here for Veterans Day, and so the waitress goes, yeah, so the thing that's free for Veterans Day is the amazing blooming onion. And so we
Blooming
all took a
onion,
look
mate.
at it on the menu, and we're all like, this is it. This is the only thing that's free. Is this blooming onion? So we all sat there waiting for the waitress to leave, and then we're all like, "You guys want to go?" We're like, "Yeah."
Well, see, you were doing restaurant hopping, so that would have been your appetizer, and then you go to the next restaurant for your main course.
It's not worth it.
And then
They
your
are, but I
next
didn't think that
the
way.
next
But-
restaurant for your dessert.
But it's
If you
okay
would have woken up in the morning, there's some coffee shops.
because we landed at Hooters and we got free wings, so it works out, balances everything out, and all.
You know, Hooters does free meals for moms on Mother's Day too.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, nothing says I love
That's
my
pretty
mom
funny.
like taking
take
her
her
to
to Hooters.
Hooters.
Where do you want to go for Mother's Day? Oh, absolutely Hooters.
I've done it before.
I mean, if you're that type of mom who's like, men, stand down. It's mama's turn to hit on this waitress.
Or free wings. I mean,
You know, free wings and,
why do I care what the server looks like? Free wings.
I care. But then again, I'm a sexist asshole. So.
Free wings.
Yes, free wings, endless wings. That's what they call it, endless wings. Because there's no stopping the amount of wings that they'll throw at your face, which is just amazing on so many levels. Yeah, so
Speaking of winging it, how are we doing on this episode so far?
I don't. The hilarity is that there's no timer, and we started very mid of the hour, so I have no idea where we're at. Honestly,
Does it have a
about-
little timer on the recording up there?
nope. It just
From when
says
you told
recording,
me-
that's all it does. Well, okay. So, fun fact for all of our listeners: I may have not paid the bill to keep the lights on for this month. So
Nope.
our
Bad.
Zoom, which when paid is an hour, might just be 30 minutes. But we've been talking for like I don't even know how long, and I'm just like, are we gonna end? I don't know what's gonna happen. So it is what it
No,
is.
you and I've been talking for an hour. I think we've been recording for about 45 minutes. ish.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say you told me you were starting at 7:34 my time, so that's 6:34 your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're at
So maybe
7:20
Zoom just is like,
my time.
listen, we'll let you continue using Zoom, but just pay us when you can. Okay. Doesn't pay it.
Yeah, just spam and wings.
Just pay him
Ham
in
and
wings. Just a box of really bad wings that took forever to get mailed to them with a note that says, I ate
Love
2 of the
Hooters.
wings. Sorry, but
Yeah.
this is for my Zoom. Thanks.
I ate 2 and licked 4, but you have to figure out which 4.
Good luck. Also, one of them is cased in LSD. Don't ask. Yeah, don't ask how I got the LSD. The what countdown? What?
The timer starts when the third person joins, I think.
Oh, my fiance just informed me that the timer technically starts once the third person joins.
I think.
She says she thinks so.
And I don't know about that.
Maybe. Fair enough.
Maybe.
Cosplay
I don't know.
Jenemy, are you excited about the Eternals?
I already watched it.
Oh, what'd you think?
It was good. I mean, it felt like a filler movie more than oh my God, let's watch
Let's
this
race
over
to
and
the
over again.
theaters and watch this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
it was
ask
like,
you, good, not great, right?
yeah. I mean, it wasn't like
It's
exceptional.
okay.
Yeah.
Kind of beige.
I enjoyed it. There were some things that aggravated me about it.
Yeah.
But, and I didn't know a whole lot about the Eternals
Like
to begin with.
what?
You didn't leave going, woohoo, that was amazing.
The thing that aggravated me about it is not a spoiler. They have been together forever, and yet they couldn't use sign language around the girl who was deaf all the time. They only used it when they literally were talking to her, and it drove me out the wall.
Yeah, if you're a
She reads lips,
family.
though.
I've
If you're a
seen-
family, and somebody in your family is deaf, even when you are not talking to that person, generally you're still using sign language when they're in the room.
Like, I know this is almost a borderline poor example, but the movie that I think of is what was it? The Quiet Place? Was it
Quiet Place. Yeah,
Quiet Place?
my boyfriend actually brought that up too to me.
Yeah,
he was like, if you liked horror, I would make you watch that movie because they actually do a good job.
Yeah, and like one of the family members is deaf, so they use sign language. I mean, granted, they're using sign language because if they speak at an audible level, these monsters will find them, and that is what it is. But even while whispering, they're using sign language every time they're in front of her. If they're not in front of her, they just whisper naturally. So yeah, that's a good point. I could see how that would be aggravating for a group that has been together forever. So unless there's some off-screen moment where this deaf Eternal goes, hey, so I've gotten officially really good at reading lips. Don't exhaust yourself with sign language. We're good.
Which she probably has, but generally speaking, still you get that muscle memory.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they were separated for a while. So when they started out and they were, in their own away from her, but the moment they came back together, you would think that muscle memory would kick back in.
Spoiler.
What?
Well, of course, they come together. It's in the previews.
Yeah.
They didn't necessarily know they were apart.
They were literally standing there in front of everybody.
But he doesn't necessarily know they were apart.
It is in the trailers.
There's 50 people. How do they not come apart and come back together?
Somebody who has not seen the movie.
Every single scene, they're together in a line, standing there.
As somebody who has not seen the movie, I can confirm, I already know from the trailers, they come together at the beginning, then they separate for some time. The world's about to end, and they have to come back together. That's literally the storyline.
Literally the storyline that they tell you in the trailer.
Yeah.
You're forgetting he was Army.
They should have given this movie a classic trailer like they did back in like the 70s and the 80s, where the trailer literally just details the entire movie in 5 minutes. That's what they should
with the speak over.
Yes.
Yeah. Really cool speak over voice.
It would have been the same thing. What was your favorite Eternal member? Hawkeye. What was your favorite Eternal member?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know that one.
Athena.
I don't know who that is. I haven't seen the movie.
Angelina Jolie's character.
Oh, okay, there we go. The host is going to ask questions about a movie he's never seen. Check this out.
Good job.
Who's that? Who's Thea?
Cosplay Jenemy. Who is your favorite Eternal?
Right.
Yeah, no, I have no idea who. It's a large cast in the movie. I don't even know. Look, the guy who shoots laser beams out of his eyes, who's basically like the kid. Okay, good. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say I know the architect, Angelina Jolie's, and the guy who's basically Superman, but off-brand. Because
they call him Superman in the movie too. It's funny.
Did they really? That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh man. What would be your favorite restaurant to go to for Veterans Day? Hawkeye.
I don't.
He's like, none.
I don't.
Anywhere
that's not the ones giving free stuff.
Every time I've ever tried, I get frustrated because I either go at the wrong time or it's just to me it's not worth it. But yeah.
Well,
so, I'm not a good person to ask. I'm sorry.
Now the restaurant business knows. Get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
Go when they open.
Go when they open. And that's another thing. Some of these restaurants don't start their deals until some point in time of the day too. I've noticed. I know
a couple of them. A couple of them this year were giving away. They were going to be open in their parking lot, and we're just going to give away vouchers
I
here.
don't know if you can see that or not.
I can. There. Wait. There we go.
I mean, because your body is behind it, we can kind of see it. What are we looking at?
That's Sprite.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about now.
That's Sprite signing autograph on my badge at the free.
Oh, nice.
Sorry.
That's dope. Just a flex,
Yeah, because I gotta go see it with
Yeah. Cosplay Jenemy, what about you as he shows us photos?
Nice.
Hard to see from the
I
background.
generally like Applebee's because they have a meal that I like, but I was gonna
Yeah,
go
good
somewhere
neighborhood.
different, but when I looked up their menus, because it's usually just a limited menu, there was
Mhm.
nothing I liked on it.
It's
But I
either
ended up
due
not going
to-
anywhere anyways. So
Yeah, it's either due to the region, because again, the last time I attempted to do a free meal for Veterans Day was when I was in Fort Bragg. So it's either the region or the time. But I learned, I was today years old when I found out that Denny's is officially on the map for special offers for Veterans Day, and I was like, I like Denny's.
yeah, like, I'll go to Denny's. I'll go to Denny's.
Yeah.
I tend to do Applebee's just because they have stuff I like in that menu, but
Mhm.
didn't today because I didn't get up, or I had stuff to do when would be normally when I would have eaten dinner. I had stuff I needed to do.
Part of me really hopes that Mayan Goddess can pop on like in the last few minutes of this show, and just to say happy birthday Marine Corps, and then just spray a bunch of beer everywhere like a Marine. That's like the
I think she
meme.
streams. I think she
Yeah.
streams today though.
Yeah, she's doing her charity thing. Big shout out to
Yeah.
Mayan Goddess. Check her out on Twitch. She's doing incredible things.
Yes, sir.
So proud of her.
Cool.
The problem of going off the cuff is then going, okay, what have we not covered?
Well, we're about an hour in, so
Yeah, we are about an hour in.
We did good. We did good.
Yeah, we did good.
we winged it. And we talked about wings.
Yeah,
We did. We talked about wings. Wings are important.
Wings are important.
I love wings.
Yeah, wings in Pueblo, more
I am
specifically.
a Hawkeye after all. I do need my wings.
And we enjoy eating wings in Pueblo just because I like saying Pueblo. Pueblo. Anyway, we have no idea what our schedule is going to look like because of the holidays, but these are COVID times, so who the hell knows what's going to happen. So in the event we do not get really good chances to get back on together during the holidays of Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all those other wonderful stuff that people might celebrate, I just want to say I hope you all have a fantastic holiday. You celebrate with joy and happiness, that you get to see family members that you may have not been able to see all of 2021 because you're being cautious during the COVID times. Not 2021, but 2020. Words are hard sometimes. And so
both
are
now at this
dates.
point.
Yeah, whatever.
Ooh.
I guess I've coped enough. I'm good to move past 2020 now. Now I talk
Yes,
about
please.
2021.
It's going to be 2020 until like 2024, and then we'll all go, wait,
What happened?
how did we get here?
Yeah. It'll be like when you drive and then you go, oh my God, where am I? How did I get here?
I learned that some people don't do that.
Some people don't do what?
Get places and not know that how they got there.
Yeah, I know. I do that all the time.
No, I learned that people don't do that.
What?
Oh yeah, I don't do that.
Oh, I do that.
I'm very
Too
deliberate when
often.
I go places.
I mean, it's not when I'm on the freeway, but once I get off the freeway, all of a sudden I'll look up and go, "Oh yeah, I'm driving. Holy shit!"
you can't do that in Southern California.
That's fair.
You get hurt.
You
I
get
mean,
hurt.
I'm pretty sure you shouldn't do that ever, but
Yeah,
Sure
that's
we
probably true.
are.
here we are, and it's
Happy Veterans Day. You only live once.
I was watching this.
Too many of those.
I was
LSD
watching this
wings.
TikTok, and she said that her friend confided in her to tell her that when she knew she was getting bad emotionally was when she got to her place of employment, that she didn't know how she got there. And she goes, I didn't realize that people didn't do that. And I was like watching the TikTok, like, I didn't realize people didn't do that. I thought that was normal.
Yeah.
You zone out when you drive because you get used to it.
That
Open
explains
road,
so
same
much about
route
the people
over and
on the
over and
freeway
over
in my
again.
way.
Wow.
I don't.
Quit zoning out in the left lane and move over and zone out in the middle lane.
I zone out in the right lane, good sir.
Thank you.
I don't like to
But people
impede
zone out in the left
traffic.
lane here.
I'm not a dick or a
I don't
hypocrite.
know when I zone out. I just get to work.
I just wake up and go, oh yeah, here we go.
I'm in the
That's funny.
parking lot.
That's hilarious.
To those that serve that are not home for the holidays, thank you for your continued service. To you veterans who are about to go home for the first time in a long time, watch your P's and Q's. Don't swear too much, not too many dirty jokes, and try and stay away from too much alcohol because you don't want the children of your nephews and whatnot to learn some interesting phrases that you learned while you were in Afghanistan. So
Remember to be human again.
yeah. In
Right.
fact, if you're going to sit down on the couch and do nothing, at least smile so people don't think that something's wrong with you.
Or that you're dead.
But don't smile too much because then you look crazy. Just sitting there on the couch. Is he
I don't know how
okay?
I got here.
Go home now.
Is
I was just
is
in the
Carl
kitchen.
okay over there? He served a couple tours in Afghanistan. Oh, why is he smiling so much? He was listening to some podcast said try to smile more so it doesn't look super depressing just sitting there on the couch in the corner. Loved all vets. I'm one too. I can say these kinds of things. Fake laugh, hiding real pain. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on all of our major platforms. If we do not see you until the end of the year, we will catch you potentially next season. See what happens.
We'll catch you when we catch you.
I'm Tom Cruise, your host. With me tonight is my lovely co-hosts, Hawkeye Cosplay
Woohoo. Thank you. Happy Veterans Day.
and Cosplay Jenemy.
Hey, happy Veterans Day.
All right. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Deuces.
Bye.